comment, like, and subscribe. Alright, hello YouTube. So hopefully you've enjoyed the series part 1 and part 2 of the 1993 LX right here behind me. And this video will tie everything together, do the final drive and things like that. But what I'm doing today is I'm gonna fix this headlight. When I drove it the other night, this headlight was pointing down and I was just gonna adjust it. When I came in here to adjust it, look at this. The bracket behind the headlight must be something wrong with it, because when you drive it's pushing this light down, and so there's really no adjustment to hold it out, because if it was, it would be up like this. So I'm going to remove this. There's 3 nuts back here. They're kind of hard to get to, but if you remove those, you can pull the headlight all the way out. And I'm going to see if I can repair his. All right, I got it out. This was actually laying right here, so this is why it's not staying in place. The bracket's broken. So I could go in here and try to, you know, glue that, but that's not going to be good. So I did a little engineering on this thing. Take a drill bit, which is a 7/32, drill a hole through the plastic here, here, and here, and get you a cable tie, run it around, tighten it down, and now it's going to hold it secure. I mean, I know it's still cracked, but if you try to use silicone and all that, you run the risk getting on your threads. So anyway, that holds. You can still turn this and adjust it in and out, and I've already test fitted it. And so now basically I've got it pretty close how the other one points, and I'm going to put it in, check it out, back in, doesn't push in, stays steady, perfect. Like I say, the only thing left is the final adjustment, but fixed, cost nothing, took me like 5 minutes, cable tie, fix the bracket, good to go. All right, if you don't have one of these headlight adjustment tools, that's the part number. These things work really well. As you can see, you go in here and you tighten it up to push it out and raise it up, or you loosen it to drop it down, and that is adjusted now. So they're both pretty even, and you can tell when it comes out here, it's about the same on both sides. Yep, so it looks great. And now going down the road, it's gonna be much better. All right, so I have a quick trick alignment setup that I use here at the house, and basically it attaches to the wheels. You put tape measures on it, and then you literally measure the distance. And what you want is typically the back to be just a little bit longer or wider than the front. That gives you a toe in, which makes the car drive really well. Well, you hook these up, you take a measurement, and you basically just slide this out here. That's 71.5 plus a notch there for 8. That's 71 5/8 on the back. Now I can already tell you it's wider on the front. So let's look here. That's 71 and out here, that's like 71 and almost 3/4 of an inch. So that is a heck of a lot of gap. That's over 1/4 inch more in the front, which means it is towed out. So like this. So if you're going down the road, instead of the wheels turned in, they're turned out, which makes it dart and wonder, which explains a lot why this car drives terribly out on the road. So what I'm gonna do is, what you have to do is you gotta go in and take the control arms and turn them into each other. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna shorten them. That'll pull the wheel in this way. You wanna do it equally on both sides so your steering wheel stays centered. Now that I've got the steering wheel centered, I think I told you before, when I was in here messing with it, right now it's a little turn, so right there. Going down the road, it's straight. So now that I've got that straight, you just turn it equally. So I'm gonna shorten them up So what I'll do is I'll turn them in. I want to end up with 1/8 of a difference from front to back, with the front being shorter than the backs. So I'll adjust this. What you gotta do is take your measurement, unhook everything, jack up the car with a floor jack, get in here and adjust the arms, lower it back down. So it is a tedious process, but I'm gonna make this thing drive so much better. You'd be surprised how that little bit of difference can make the car handle totally different. All right, just got back from my test drive. The car drives like a dream now. Just doing the toe in on it, it drives absolutely perfect. Steering wheel is as straight as you can get it without having an alignment machine. So I'm really happy with that. When I got back, my hatch struts came in. These are the brand new ones I'm about to put on. And for now, I'll just show you. Got a nice pair of vice grips holding this up, so I'll do this side. And to get these off, you can't just pop this off because it's not enough room. So you have to go in here and take you a big screwdriver like this. You have to loosen these. So loosen both of those nuts off. And if it's having a hard time getting it, put a screwdriver on here and take a wrench and try to turn it. But you unscrew this, you unclip this, pull it out of the way, then you switch it over and put it back together. So pretty straightforward, just a little tedious by yourself. And what I'll do is I've got that holding it. I'll put a stick right here to hold this side so it doesn't just fall on me. So once you get it off, it looks like this. You just take your little screwdriver and pull up here on this clip, and then it falls right out. And you can throw these away. And then we'll just literally pop that back into here like this. Oh, it keeps turning on me. Okay, now we're ready to go assemble this back into the car. Check it out. Got them on. No vice grips in the way. Now let's check it out. Oh, it's even hard to push down. Look at that. Nice. So you turn the key, pull it up to here, and then boom. All right, as you know, I can't leave things not right. I can't send the car home not right. When I drove this car, it bottoms out, front, rear. The rear shocks are blowed. The struts are blowed out. It just needs new shocks and struts. Luckily, I have a set of shocks I can put on it. These are the Monroe 5845 ST, which is what I like using as a stock replacement if we're not doing any drag radio stuff or drag racing stuff. And then I didn't have the front struts. I had ordered them new from O'Reilly's. They'll be in tomorrow morning. So tonight I started by popping these covers off, removing these nuts from the top of the shock while there's weight on the car, both sides. And now I'm about to raise the car up, and I can unbolt them at the bottom, slide these out, or slide those out, slide these in, and we'll replace the shocks pretty quick. And down here in the bottom, we just remove this nut and bolt. When we pull that out, the whole shock will come right out. What's funny is it had Monroe shocks on it, 5845s ST, the same ones I'm gonna put on it, which is pretty funny. They're just a little different looking, but here's a way to test it. I compress this all the way, it hasn't come back out. I compress these, came right back out. This shows you the shock is garbage, and the little rubbers that hold it down are kind of compressed. So mine, I've got these brand new ones, so it's gonna raise the car just a smidge, and these actually function. So there you go, just kind of nasty. But anyway, we just come over here like this, and we slide this up and through the hole up there, and hook these into here, and away we go. So let me knock that out real quick, and we're gonna get this thing riding the way it's supposed to and not bottoming out. All right, so all finished up now, tighten up top and then tighten down here. So got the brand new Monroe replacement OE style shocks. And after a little while, one shock came back out, one did not. Clearly one shock is doing the work of two, which is also why it's bottoming out. So those are going in the trash. These are done. The car is really close to being finished. The struts will come in tomorrow, but tonight I'm gonna go ahead and take the wheels off and get these old struts out. So that way tomorrow I can just slap the new struts in and be ready to go. And then I got that sweet Anderson belt tensioner to make sure I get all the boosts. So, all right, I use a floor jack, just support the bottom of the control arm. I loosen these bolts, get them out of the way. So now the bottom of the strut is disconnected. And then I come up here and I pull this nut off and I can pull the whole strut out. But for now, I'm just gonna let it sit here like this till I get my struts tomorrow. No need just to take them out, just have them hanging there. But for now, yeah, we're good. So rear shocks are done. Getting ready to put on the new struts tomorrow when they come in. And this thing should ride like stock again. Even though it's lowered, hopefully it's gonna ride so much better now. So we'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, so next day, here's the brand new struts. That's the part number. Just an OE replacement from Monroe. So it's got Monroe shocks on the back and now I have struts on the front. So I'm just gonna remove this. Let me turn on the light. Remove that top nut there, get rid of it. They give you a nut for this one and put it all together. So let me throw these on real quick, reassemble the front, and we'll be ready for another test drive with the new and improved suspension. All right, so reassemble like you took it off with the rubber mound and the flat washer at top, then the new nut. And then on the bottom, if you need shims, like the ones that came out had shims, make sure you put a shim on each side. Mine has an adjustable camber bolt there that you can put in. And depending on how you do it, typically I think you push these where it turns it out. But then you put the stop bolt at the bottom and that there. Loosely assemble it. I'll go do the other side like I was using the floor jack just to raise it up a little bit, make it easy to get the holes in. I'll do the other side the same way and I'll start tightening them down, and I'll make sure I check what the orientation here of this, if I want it in or out. Depending on how you turn that bolt, it'll turn the cam and move that in or out. All right, because you know I told you this ain't Burger King, it ain't your way, it's my way. I decided to go ahead and pull the rotors off and clean all this up. Put all new grease on it, repack the bearings, clean the rotors real good, put it all back together. You know, because there's ways to do it. There's one way and there's the right way, and I like the right way. And then these are the pins that hold the brake caliper on, and it's good to put some caliper grease on them right here, just so the brakes work properly and slide back and forth. So anyway, I've already done this side. And as you know, I always like to touch up the paint on the caliper. Instead of painting the body color, I just throw some silver on it. Check it out, what just came in from my buddy Donnie B over at Anderson Ford Motorsport. This is one of their really cool billet belt tensioners. And this is it. Let me get it out of the pack here for you. So this thing is really neat. Basically, it screws in on the vortex side like this. And then you tighten this down, it pushes the bracket and puts tension on it. So let me show you what that looks like. Come over here. There's a hole right here in the vortex. You can see the bracket. There's plenty of room with the tension on it. So I can put that screw in here and tighten it down. What I will tell you is my bracket was what they call the modern bracket. It was sticking way up here and covering the hole. And I actually put it in my chop saw and I cut it in anticipation of getting this thing so it can push down. That is actually in their instructions. It tells you if your bracket's modern like that, you have to cut this piece off, which I already did. Now I can put this on. So let me put it on, and this should guarantee that we get all the boost. Stay tuned. All right. Hard to do with the radiator hose. I should take the radiator hose off, but that's it. Adjust it down. Your belt length may vary and how much you cut your bracket may vary, but you can see where it just basically pushes down and tightens the belt. And then a test is to do this. See how tight it is by the sound it makes. Pretty tight. And down here at the bottom, see we got clearance, not gonna rub. Everything looks good. So that's it. That will fix any belt slippage problems that you had, pending that you have a good belt to begin with. But that's it. Now we'll go out and see what kind of boost it makes. back from the test drive. I feel like the rev limiter is lower than 6250 because I seem to be tapping it an awful lot in this car. But the rear tires are like date code 2013 or 14, and the front ones are like 11 or 12, so they're ancient ass tires, but they're hard. The back tires are hard. I set the air pressure in them, like 30 pounds. Went out and drove it. As you can tell, second gear. First gear is absolutely useless. It just smokes tires in first gear. Go to second gear. His T5 is just worn. If you pull it too fast, it'll drag just a little bit. So if you granny shift it, it'll go no problem. So one day he'll have to get the T5 done. He knows a guy, Ryan at Apex Transmissions, works with him, that can take care of that for him. But other than that, the car rides 100% better than it did. The painted brake caliper is subtle, but looks good. The ride height just slightly higher, but it doesn't bottom out like it did before, unless you hit a really bad bump, and then only because these tires are wider were they hitting. Other than that, car runs great. I will tell you, from having my car and this car and driving them around, the biggest difference in how they actually feel is that stock computer, when you have the timing all down out of it, it just feels kind of laggy down low. Still runs good, don't get me wrong, but where this car feels so much more aggressive is because I've got the timing table more aggressive until it makes boost. So on motor, it's still got all the timing in it, where on this one, it's not got the normal amount of timing you'd have if it was just naturally aspirated. So that's the advantage of the Holly. So one day if he wants to go to the Holly and get pretty crazy with it, he can. I know that's not what he's gonna do. He wants a nice cruiser. I've accomplished that for him. This thing fires up, it runs great, it idles, it stops. You go to pushing the clutch at the stop sign, it holds it idle just fine, doesn't cut off. Caleb at Fast and Rowdy did a fantastic job on the tune. Hell, he tuned it with a chip for a completely different computer. Jason swapped the computer, stuck the chip on it, and it still runs great. So that just shows you some of this older technology, you can swap parts like that. But the rear hatch shocks hold it open now. I mean, it's just phenomenal all the way around. Got his boost gauge. The Pro 5.0 shifter feels great. The clutch is getting broke in, feels good. Like I say, I couldn't be more pleased how the car turned out. And my little fix on the headlight, nice and tight. Adjusted those, so now if him and his wife want to go out at night and drive it, the headlights will be shining perfectly for him. Everything works exactly as it should. So hopefully he enjoys the work I did to it. I'd have it, basically I would have had it done in about a week and a half, but I went out of town for about a week. So here we are, 2 weeks later, car's ready to go home. I just let him know where we were with the bill and the parts and everything. It was like 2 pages worth of parts I put on it, but it is nice. It turned out really good. Couldn't be happier for him. Hope he enjoys it. He probably won't even drive it the way I drive it, but it's there if he wants to do it. The car never missed a beat. Temperature ran perfect. Came back and just double checked the timing and all. Is exactly where I had it, 15 degrees base, and that's it. So hope you liked the video series. This will be the conclusion of it. I tried to throw in some stuff that you guys would like, a couple burnouts and things like that. But we'll talk to you soon. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified when videos are up. Sometimes I'll do a promo and sometimes I'll do a countdown just so you can see there's a video coming. Let me know if you guys like that, if that helps with the algorithm or whatever. And have a happy Thanksgiving. We're 2 days away from Thanksgiving. So have a great one. Thanks for hanging out. See you soon.